Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is episode 2 of Jaxon's Cleft journey. So in last week's episode you've seen lots of photos from the beginning to where we are up to now, which I said is nowhere near the end of Jaxon's Cleft journey. But in today's episode we are going to rewind a little bit and take it back to the start. So by saying that I mean take it back to the very beginning, from when we actually found out that we were having a cleft baby. So I am going to rewind and let's get into this video. Alright, so from the beginning, I have my notes here because obviously it was 2 years ago and I can't just remember everything off the top of my head, so I'm going to prop that there and hopefully it doesn't fall. And let's get into it. So on the 21st of September 2016, me and Robert went in for a scheduled ultrasound checkup. I'm not too sure, this was our 30-week checkup, and I'm not too sure if you actually get 30-week checkups or whatnot, but in my case I did, because I was high risk for my own health issues. But so yeah, we had a 30-week checkup, and fortunately for me this was one of the ultrasounds that I had asked Robert to come with me to, because I was having quite regular ultrasounds, more so in the room when they just do your little checkup, but because I was having frequent ones, like, I wasn't asking him to come to all of them, and this one I just happened to be getting an actual scan completely done in an ultrasound room, so I asked Robert to come along with me, and thank God I did, because he was literally my rock throughout this process, even though he was going through it as well. Anyway, getting back to the point. So we went in for our ultrasound and everything was going really smooth. We were talking to the ultrasound lady and everything seemed good, yada yada, just general conversation. And then at one point she just stopped talking, and I think it was at that point that I realized, like, she'd been talking this whole time and she just out of nowhere stopped talking and was so focused. Like, I get you have to be focused doing your job, but from her to go from yep to then nothing, it automatically puts that worry in your head. And I actually asked her, is everything okay? Because the facial expression she was pulling was like a very worried, deep in thought look. I suppose if you've had a cleft bub and you've seen them do ultrasounds, you'd probably understand that look. Anyway, so that look, I asked if she was okay, like if everything was okay, and she paused for a minute and then she said, I think there's a slit in your baby's lip. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just go get another person to have a look. I looked at Robert instantly and I was like, he has a cleft. And he's like, oh, you're thinking too much into it straight away. Yada yada. Just wait until the next person comes in and has a look over. Everything's gonna be fine. Well, the next person came in and he looked over the scan and was like, yep, he definitely has a cleft. We can't tell with the palate because you are pretty far along. We couldn't tell soft palate and hard palate. One of them apparently you can detect if you get it done at the 20-week scan, but in our circumstances we couldn't actually find out. So yeah, because at this point I was 30 weeks pregnant. I was hysterical, to say the least. There was so much thoughts going through my head, so much doubt, so much emotion just going through my head. And Robert stayed calm the whole entire time. You could tell that he was emotional too, but he's a man and he doesn't cry, apparently. But yeah, so after that, we got asked to go out into the waiting room to get seen by a specialist and whatnot. We go out to the waiting room and then we get called in to see the specialist, and he pulls up all these different pictures of clefts. I am not kidding you when I say this. My reaction was, oh my God. Yeah, I know. Why would you say that about your child? But anyway, I did, and it was, in that moment, I was not thinking, I was not taking anything in. I seen these pictures and I knew it wasn't my child, but all these thoughts go through your mind when you see these kind of things. Take into account that me and Robert had never really heard of clefts or looked into clefts. Oops, here comes my little man now. Hi. Sorry about that, Jaxon just wanted me to put a show on for him. So yeah, that was all pretty fresh and raw for us. Sorry if you can hear my children in the background. I've just set them up with toys and a show on so I can record this because I actually need to upload it tomorrow. Back to the story. All of that was pretty much fresh and raw to us. So we went home after that and we talked about it and we discussed all about it to each other and to family members and whatnot. There was a lot of crying, there was a lot of questions I had, there was a lot of, I suppose you could say, there was a lot of self-doubt and self-blaming on behalf of myself. Like, in no way was Robert or anyone else blaming me, but so much emotion and all that, I was blaming myself. Just simply because I was the one carrying Jaxon. So yeah, so we made the decision to get in contact with the hospital that Jaxon would be getting his surgery done and all the cleft related things done at, which was Westmead Children's Hospital, located in Sydney because we are from Western Sydney. We then, there's a truck, made an appointment to go and see them as well. So that was actually really good. We did put it off for a little bit, and then it got to around 34 weeks and we both knew it had to be done at some point. There was no point putting it off any longer, so we made an appointment to go and see the team that Jaxon would be a part of and to learn a little bit more instead of Googling. So that is what we done, and then around 36 weeks we had our appointment with them and it was fan-freaking-tastic. If you are having a cleft baby, I cannot stress enough to do this beforehand. Make an appointment, get all those questions answered, and just learn a lot more information from what they can actually tell you and whatnot, because this actually really helped us a lot. We walked in with this much information and we walked out with this much information, and it was fantastic. Obviously they couldn't specifically tell us dates of surgery, what kind of cleft he would have, whether he would feed via bottle or breast, etc. They told us rough answers. So they said you may be able to breastfeed, you may not may not be able to breastfeed, but they told us all the pros and cons and whatnot. And also what they did give us was this bottle. So before going there, we looked up cleft bottles, because when you have a cleft bub, you need a special bottle. Like, I think it's more so depending on the type of cleft and whatnot. But because Jaxon had a left cleft lip, he needed a special bottle if he was going to be bottle fed. And this bottle, I don't know if you can see it so much. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. It has a flat side, which then tilted towards the cleft in his mouth, and it just made the flow a lot better. Inside it is another teat. So it's just like your ordinary bottle, but that is pretty much the only thing, where did it go? Only thing different, and you can see it's like got like another layer inside it, and then in the inside it's just pretty much, oh, it's a bit dirty, pretty much just a slow flow device, which helped with that. This is just the pigeon cleft bottle. So yeah, we got that bottle for free, which was very handy because we did end up using this at times. Yeah. We met with the team and whatnot. They answered a bunch of questions for us that we had, just your typical questions that you would have being new to this all. And they also gave us the option to birth Jaxon at our regular hospital that we had originally planned to birth at, or Westmead Children's Hospital. We did take the option that we had already planned because it was fairly close to our house, and we knew that literally nothing else could be done when he was born, like straight away when he was born. So it wouldn't have made a difference to whether we birthed at said hospital or Westmead Hospital. And I'm going to show you this now just so I can put it back away. When Jaxon was born, he was in the NICU unit, and that will be in the next episode, which I talk about that. But they also gave us this bottle to feed out of. This is just the Medela cleft bottle, and with this one it's got this part, this little part, and these two parts. So obviously your formula or breast milk goes in here, and you just pretty much squeeze this part and then it releases some milk. That way the baby is not getting far too much milk in their mouth to be able to choke. But yeah, I wasn't really much a fan of this bottle. I don't know, I couldn't grasp it. But this bottle was literally a lifesaver. So yeah, these are the two bottles that we used throughout the process, more so this one. But yeah, this is the bottle that he used while he was in the NICU unit. Alright guys, I'm going to end this video here. Like I said before, there is a lot more information that I will be getting into in future videos, so stay tuned for that. Also, I will be uploading a new episode to this series every Wednesday. So yeah, if you do want to be a part of Jaxon's Cleft journey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I will be uploading every Wednesday. And I also upload every Friday and Sunday, but those two videos will be something different compared to this one. Yeah, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.